Good morning, everybody. Welcome to SASKS Academy at South Kent School 15 National Ice Hockey on YouTube. This morning, the Academy getting set to take on the U15 Yale Junior Bulldogs. It's Game 2 of the 2017 New England District Tournament from the SASKS School in Lakeville, Connecticut. Good morning, everybody. I'm Wells Aiken. Glad you're with us on YouTube again this morning for game number 2 from the 2017 New England District Ice Hockey Tournament. The Academy getting set to take on the U15 Yale Junior Bulldogs, a team that they are 3-0 against so far this season, beating Yale by a score of 3-0, 3-1, and 2-0. The two most recent contests coming on Fall Family Weekend as they played a home-and-home at the Wesleyan University and the Stockdale Arena. Taking a look at how these two teams got here, the Academy going 8-0-0, 50 goals for and 7 goals against in Connecticut Hockey Conference play. Yale finishing in a tie for second with the Mid-Fairfield Junior Rangers, 3 wins, 2 losses, and 3 ties, 30 goals for and 13 goals against. So that's how these two teams got here. But of course, past performance, as we said last night, is no guarantee of future success. And this is the first time Yale has had their full lineup together all season long. More about that in a second, but first let's take a look at the lineup for the Academy. The Academy coached by Scott Gainey and John O'Connor. In goal for the Academy, number 1, Bennett Jung, number 31, Tommy Aiken, number 11, Ryan Miknich, number 9, Victor Chidekadair, number 15, Jack Williams, number 10, Colin Anna, number 14, Nick DeSantis, number 19, Will Rinaldi, number 16, Justin Gordon, number 22, Jake Stapert, number 29, Jack Gorton, number 24, Jaden Boreanaz, number 37, Felix Gavers, and number 26, Tyler Silverstein. Anchoring the defense, number 3, Charlie DeRoche, number 4, Caden Varga, number 20, Austin Cook, number 7, Frank Jurasevich, number 6, Josh Steele, and number 5, Aiden Arishman. He's out with a collarbone injury. Taking a look at the leaders for the Academy, Nick DeSantis leading the pack with 41 points, 20 goals, 21 assists. Jack Williams with 15 goals, 18 assists for 33 points, and Victor Chidekadair just ahead of Williams in 26 games played. He's got an even 17 goals and 17 assists for 34 points. Checking out your goal-scoring leaders, DeSantis, Chidekadair, Williams, Rinaldi, and Gordon. Assist leaders, DeSantis, Williams, Chidekadair, DeRoche, and Gordon. And your leader for the Academy in goal, Tommy Aiken, .92 goals against average and .947 save percentage. Taking a look now at Kings of the Hill, our cross-sectional look at all leaders across the 3 midget teams at the Academy, U15, U16, U18. Josh Lawrence with 44 points in 23 games, so just a little less than a 2-point per game clip for Lawrence. He's followed by DeSantis with 41 points, Margell, Chidekadair, Williams, Haskett, Phillips, Coughlin, Rafkin, Pinto, Hutchinson, and Sullivan. Will Margell is your goal-scoring leader, averaging just about a goal a game, 21 goals in 22 games played, followed by DeSantis, Chidekadair, Lawrence, Williams, and Phillips. And your assist leaders, Lawrence, DeSantis, Rafkin, Haskins, and Hutchinson. Save percentage and goals against average leaders, Sankner, Aiken, and Jung in that order. Taking a look now at the Yale U15 roster. As we mentioned, this is the first time their full roster has been together all season long. The last 2 games they played, Bobby Barrasso sitting out with a suspension and Aiden Cobb sitting out with an injury. Those were 2 big absences for Yale in those games against the Academy. And during the season, Yale carried well more than the number of players that they are able to carry here at States. They've made their cuts, and this is their team. They are, of course, coached by head coach Joe Bologna, assistant coach Steve Novador. Goaltenders, number 1, Alex Rolfe, number 30, Carmine Andronovich. At forward, number 9, Aiden Cobb, number 10, Aiden Hotchkiss, number 11, Big Bobby Barrasso, number 13, Kyle Stober, number 14, Hayden Riva, number 16, Cole Brennan, number 17, Jack Maritolo, and number 20, Zachary Van Dale. Jacob Trout, C.J. Zezima, and Chris Hibson rounding out your forwards. On defense, Yale opting to go with 7 defensemen. Number 2, Birch Gorman. Number 3, Brian Haywood. Number 4, Chris Avalone. Number 5, Kyle Kwasinski. Number 6, Cam Grillo. Number 7, Big Max Willard out of Taft. And number 8, Cam Partridge. Taking a look now at the U15 rankings, the Academy sitting in the 4th spot. Blades, Sabres, Caesars are your top 3 teams. Blues, Mission, Grizzlies, Coalition, Wisconsin, and Moose round out your top 10. Taking a look now at the opponent rankings. Yale coming into the tournament, district tournament, ranked 21st in the country, and they've been moving up. They started 30th after the first week of the season. They are steadily climbing. Mid-Fairfield Junior Rangers, who the Academy beat last night 8-0, The Academy vastly outperforming what was expected in that game. They come into the tournament ranked 26th in the country, and the New Hampshire Avalanche, who the Academy will face tonight, ranked 86th in the country. Taking a look now at the midget rankings across all three tiers, U15, U16, U18. The Academy, as we mentioned, sitting at 4th in the U15 rankings. The 16 team seems to be anchored at the number 9 spot. They have not moved in some time. And the 18 team, despite not advancing from states last weekend, losing to the Riverhawks and the Mid-Fairfield Junior Rangers, they remain in the number 2 spot, just behind Shattuck St. Mary's. So that'll do it for the pregame portion of our program. We'll take a short break here, and we'll be back with first period action and the drop of the puck as we continue here on Select Academy at South Kent School 15 National Ice Hockey on YouTube. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and stay with us. Back here at the Dwyer Rink at the Hockey School in Lakeville, Connecticut, getting set for the start of the second game of the round robin of the 2017 New England Regional Ice Hockey Tournament. And both of these teams with an impressive win yesterday. The Academy with an 8-0 thumping of the Mid-Fairfield Junior Rangers, and the Yale Bulldogs with a 7-0 thumping of the New Hampshire Avalanche. And joined now by Scott Willard. And Scott, what'd you see yesterday in the Yale game?
Well, your sidekick's on time today, Will. Well, which is a welcome change. I think the New Hampshire team, especially their goalie, put in a nice effort. At 9 skaters is a tough way to come out against a fully rostered team, and the third period ended up being what looked pretty similar to the third period on the other sheet, which was just kind of a one-way situation with 5 goals coming in the third stanza for the Yale boys.
Don't know much about the Avalanche, but with a lot of youth hockey teams, I always said it didn't matter how many showed up as long as the right people showed up.
Yeah, that's right? For sure. Well, I think it was the goaltender there was probably in the 50s himself, holding off an onslaught for a long way. Yeah, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me, the roster shows only 1 goaltender, so he might be a little groggy this morning. Potentially, but with 3 defensemen rolling and 6 forwards, they're really kind of taping it together. So. Cheers to those guys for a good effort. Obviously a little bit outmanned with the rosters they're facing this weekend. Speaking of 50 saves, both Yale goaltenders, last time these two teams met, both probably chipped in about 45, 50 saves in those games. 2 tight 2-0 contests, one at Wesleyan University, not Wellesley or Wells College, and one game at the Admiral James and Sybil Stockdale Arena. So we'll see who gets the start today. Looks like Alex Rolfe will get the start. Carmine Andronovich heading to the bench. So Rolfe will be to our left in the fashionable red Westchester Express pants. And then Tommy Aiken to our right. And it's a nice matchup. It's one we've liked so far this season. I'm not sure I'm awake yet, Scotty, but I hope you are, because it is bright and early. I was here at 5:35 this morning. Well, I was in the Dunkin' Donuts drive-through line at 5:35, and I stayed there until about almost 6, it felt like to me, but have a little coffee in me, so hopefully it won't be too dull of a broadcast this morning for us. You didn't bring yours truly a cup? Unbelievable. I didn't. Unfortunately, I forgot mine. I probably, it's demonstrative of not really working. And we are underway here as Gordon feeds it back for DeRoche. DeRoche sends up the right side. Chidekadere will take it there and dump it deep, as Avalon will chase for Yale. Avalon sends it around near side for Barrasso. Barrasso and Aiden Hotchkiss there. Walking in is Williams. Williams with a shot. Not sure if that got in or was blocked away, but either way, turned aside. And now the Academy sends it back to the point. Varga's got some time. He'll set up. Varga with a shot that goes wide of goal. Now left side. That puck will come for Williams. Williams will cycle it back deeper for Chidekadere. Chidekadere over for Miknich. And now Barrasso battling Big Bobby Barrasso, as we like to say. And Justin Gordon will chase down Chris Avalone in the far corner. Avalone turns the puck over there. Chidekadere tripped up, and no call there as the refs are going to let these two teams play. That was about as obvious as it gets as Williams walks in. Williams, good patience there by Williams, but maybe waiting a little too long as he was leveled in the slot area. Gordon now chasing it down behind the net. Williams fans of the puck but regains possession, and now it comes back around to DeRoche. DeRoche walking off the wall. He gets a shot in. That is deflected up high and gloved by
Yale, but of course in the defensive zone, so no hand pass called. And back the other way comes Yale. Yale walking in. Shot that goes wide of goal, and now up the left wing side comes Nick DeSantis. Nick DeSantis off the wall. And I'm going to get this out of the way early. Mr. and Mrs. DeSantis, you have a hell of a son in Mike DeSantis. Up the left wing side now. That was a paid promotional advertisement. Down the left wing side now, come the academy. This is Nick DeSantis. He's also a hell of a son from what I've been told there, Scotty. Coming back to the point now is Frank Durasevich. And now Yale will dump it deeper into the zone. And we're going to get an icing call there as Yale did not gain the red line. Thoughts so far, 1 minute and 49 seconds in, Mr. Willard?
Well, as you saw, Wells, there was a big Westchester reunion out there with Aiden Cobb, Bobby Barrasso, Aiden Hotchkiss, and Chris Avalon skating in front of Alexander Rolfe. So met up with a couple of their friends.
Face off to the right of Rolfe. The Academy wins that one, but down the ice come Yale. Possibly 2-on-1 as Durasevich loses track there of Brennan for a minute. Brennan in the near side corner. And now the pass for Gavers off his skates comes back to the point, and that is Grillo. Grillo, not Grilovich, as he dumps it deep.
The number 6 has stayed intact.
And Felix Gavers will chase down Grillo. No truth to the rumor that was, in fact, Carmine Andronovich playing out, is there? Scott?
No truth to that rumor.
That was Cam Grilovich. Far corner now, Ryan Miknich. Miknich along the boards, he's pressured there. And now Van Dale will come up the left wing side. Van Dale tries to gain the red line, does not, but it goes off an Academy stick and no way of icing there as the Academy will come up the left wing side now. Miknich will come down the left wing side. Miknich moving in. Miknich ahead for Stapert. Stapert bodied off hard there by Gorman. That'll come back to the point now, not all the way back. And Rinaldi will push it deeper for the Academy. Rinaldi and Stapert. And now the puck will go far side. That is Haywood. Haywood, one of many Yale Bulldogs that did not make an appearance the last time these two teams met. He was out with an injury. Is that correct, Scotty?
That's right. He had a concussion, Wells, for that. So it's a relatively fully rostered Yale team other than a few injuries.
A leaner, meaner Yale roster. You don't have 47 guys on the roster sheet this weekend.
That's right. I think it's down to right around 30 for this weekend.
Behind the net, behind the goal line, comes back to the point now. Yale will take a shot in that goes wide of goal, but Aiken cautiously steers that behind the goal. Jack Gorton there battling. He'll gain possession of the puck and leave for Steele. Steele hard off the glass, looking for Colin Anna. Anna will push that ahead, and Gordon will chase down the left wing side now. Partridge.
The cartridge.
The cartridge, hacked and whacked by Jack Gordon there. And again, I suspect we're going to have a battle today on our hands between these two in-state rivals. It's always a good game. Last night, the Academy U16s defeating Yale by a score of 5-3. A late goal and then an empty net goal to win it for the Academy.
Ooh.
And taking a look at U16 action on the other rink, Yale, check that, moving in is Yale,
Cobb.
And a shot goes off the side of the net by Cobb. That goes in behind. We'll give you an update on that U16 score in just a second as Justin Gordon tries to pitch it ahead. No sail there. And a little bit of a cross check and another whack from Krasinski. Away from the play, and now Chidekadere chips ahead for Williams. Williams moving it over the zone line. Williams bodied off on the boards there. Comes back to DeRoche. DeRoche will send it cross point for Durasevich. Durasevich with a shot that goes wide of goal. Williams will field in the corner and send it back for Durasevich. Durasevich at the point, chips it down the wall. That'll go in behind Rolfe, and Chidekadere will chase near side corner. Chidekadere. And I'll tell you what, Scotty, I like what I see from the officiating so far.
Yeah.
They're letting these two teams battle and the boys play a little bit. Far side now, that is Willard. Willard sends it up the left wing boards. Yale able to get it back to the neutral zone, but the Academy will press deeper. Now we'll come back to Williams, and he will dump it in, and they will go for a change as Justin Gordon chases, and now DeRoche.
Here's big Bobby Barrasso.
Barrasso coming up through the middle.
Hard
He's
hit.
lined up and hit there by Tyler Silverstein. And the Academy will gain possession and regroup inside their own blue line. Up the left wing side now, this is Silverstein. Fresh off the big hit on Bobby Barrasso. Silverstein bodied off the puck there. And that'll come back to Steele at the point. Steele sends it cross point as the Academy regroups inside their blue line. Steele now. Left-hand side, near side, sends it up for Silverstein. Silverstein with a pass back for DeSantis. DeSantis moving in. DeSantis goes back door. And
broken up by Zach Van Dale.
And that was Gavers' back door, and Gavers tried to give it back to DeSantis. And as my cohort here said, broken up by Zach Van Dale.
That was a paid promotion from Sean Van Dale.
As Van Dale's counterpart, number 20, Austin Cook, sends it up to DeSantis. And DeSantis will move it over the zone line. DeSantis walking in. DeSantis with a shot. Shoulder saved by Rolfe. That's loose of the slot. Picked up there by Cook stepping in. Cook will chase it to the corner. And nobody back covering as Gavers now alertly gets back for the Academy. And that puck is dished back for Steele. Steele will keep it in near side. He'll send it down low in behind Rolfe. And Gavers will chase in the corner.
To Cartridge.
Cam Partridge, otherwise known as the Cartridge, sends it back to center where DeSantis will now control for the Academy. Austin Cook leaves it for Justin Gordon. Check that Will Rinaldi. Will Rinaldi coming in over the zone line. Rinaldi tripped up there. No call again.
They really are letting them play well.
Well, I think we're going to see, if we see good officiating, Scotty, we will see basically murder called and and a glorious scoring chance in front of the net.
Murder and rudeness?
Pretty much. We don't have Cato with us today, but if the glove fits, you must have quit. Or doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah, unfortunately, we lost that whole bit.
We did. Doesn't mean we can't bring it up.
Great
Pass up the middle for Hipson.
Avalon.
Hipson moving in. Good pass by Chris
sure.
Avalon. As the Academy will control near side. Now this is Miknich. Miknich sends it in behind goal. Up the right wing side come the Academy. That's chipped up ahead. And it comes near side now for Avalon with a little jump in his step. Chris Avalon, the defenseman rather, set to play at Loomis Chaffee this winter.
He's been playing well this weekend.
Yale moving
a lot of
in.
jump.
And puck knocked off the stick there of Aiden Cobb. He will regroup. Comes back through center, gives it for Bobby Barrasso. Barrasso coming in over the zone line. Barrasso moving in. Barrasso with a shot. Aiken will smother and hang on. We'll get a stoppage here. 9:04 left to go in the first period. Face-off will come to the right of Aiken. Good play there by Barrasso to move to the middle and get a good quality shot off.
Yeah, all these boys getting ready for Tuesday, Wells, when the kids who are away at the varying boarding schools are going to get their chance to try out for the teams that they've been thinking about all fall.
So for Yale, this will be the last games of the half season this weekend. And then if they're able to win the regional, they will advance to nationals. The Academy, of course, a full season team, will continue on in their journey following Thanksgiving break coming up shortly there, Scotty.
A welcome break, I'm sure, for all these guys.
That's Gorman. Gorman sends it back in. Aiken will leave it there. And Aiken almost tripped up as he was trying to leave it there for his defense. Puck will come back to the point. Aiken fights that off with the right pad save. That'll go in the corner now. So Boreanaz sends it up the wall.
You're right. It's just murder and rudeness. Bobby had a pretty thorough greeting there for his counterpart.
Moving it over the zone line is Gordon. Gordon is sending it down low, and Austin Cook there picks up the puck as he was up pinching a little bit. Forwards back for the Academy. Durasevich now sends it near side for Cook. Cook will gain the red line and fire it hard in around the glass and leave it there for Rolfe. The puck will come out front, and both goalies at both ends, two former teammates, both having a little bit of difficulty with pucks behind the net. Rolfe almost getting in trouble there. Aiken doing the same a few seconds earlier. Coming now out of the zone, shaking off a little regional jitters perhaps, as that's sent in wide of Rolfe. And Williams will chase in the corner for the Academy. And now that's Brennan sending it up and out of the zone. Steele chips it back ahead, but turns it right over
to the Swan man, C.J. Zezima.
To Zezima, another player who was not playing in the last game that these two teams played.
Right. Getting ready for his Trinity Pauling season beginning on Tuesday.
Justin Gordon sends it up the boards. Kwasinski will chase down for Yale. Kwasinski sends it far side for Grillo. Grillo chased there by Williams, but able to get it up the right wing boards where it's turned over to the Academy, and it comes back to center for Williams. Williams hard off the wall. Check that, Gordon hard off the wall. 16, not 15. Steele in behind Aiken. He's chased down there by Brennan. Comes up to Gordon, left wing side. Gordon goes far side now for Williams. Williams looks for Chineke-Air. And a little bit of a careless play there, as Williams misfired on the pass to Chineke-Air. That goes all the way down for an icing. We'll get a stoppage here. 6:56 left to go from the Dwyer rink at the Hotchkiss School in Lakeville, Connecticut. No score between these two teams.
Is that the first whistle, Wells?
No, we've got a couple whistles,
right.
but
well,
not many. It's been a good brisk pace.
I need a
so
double
far.
espresso, it sounds like.
I could use one as well. Hint, hint. Shot on goal, left pad, stopped by Aiken.
Yeah, the Hotchkiss Cafe is not really helping us out as much as we might like. Well,
speaking to many of the parents this morning, they were drinking low-octane diesel from the local gas station. Yeah. Not many. I'm not sure. You must have found a Dunkin' Donuts a long ways from here.
Well, we're staying north of Berkshire, sort of
up in the Great Barrington area,
that's
perhaps.
Exactly right.
Yeah, that's a hike.
But we like it a little deeper into the Berkshire region to prepare appropriately for regionals.
Left wing side now. Gavers will send it back to center. Yale turns it back into the zone there. Durasevich now chips it up for Gavers. Gavers hard off the wall, and that will not make it all the way down for icing. Probably should have been a call, but on this very frigid morning, we're going to play a little bit of summer rules icing. Left wing side now. Nick DeSantis will chase back in for the Academy. He's chased down there by Trout. Back through the middle comes DeSantis. DeSantis up the right wing side as Gavers does a nice job to stay on side. DeSantis moving down the right wing side. DeSantis in behind the goal. DeSantis sends it back to Durasevich. Durasevich sends it in behind goal. Gavers will retrieve in behind Rolfe. Gavers, near side corner. Gavers pushes it deeper there.
Nice hit by Aiden Hotchkiss, recent commit to Sacred Heart University, Wells. I'm sure you saw that on the tape.
I did see that on the wire.
And here comes Avs.
Chris Avalone in on the forecheck as the rest of his line mates go for a change. That puck retrieved there and almost turned over there, but a nice play by Miknich to keep the puck in front of him. And he will chase down Bobby Barrasso. And that's now Stapert and Miknich. Couple of 11s and a 22. Shot it on goal. That is steered aside by Rolfe in behind the net. Yale will control, chip it up the boards, and it'll come to Cook, but we're going to get a whistle here. Looks like the net is off. We'll get a stoppage and a face-off to the right of Brunswick University student Alexander Rolfe.
University.
Well, there is Brunswick University in Connecticut. Brunswick School. We're not quite.
We're still. I blame me for that in the coffee mistake.
That's right. If you had brought me some coffee, I'd have my A game. As it is, we're working on a hard B+ here. I'm going to have to brown nose the teacher to get that grade up.
I'll just be sprinkling in as many derogatory comments about the Hotchkiss school as I can as a Taft alum on Taft Hotchkiss Day here, Wells.
Left wing side now. Willard sends it over to the right-hand side. Willard sends it now over to left-hand side where Stapert will battle along the wall.
Cobby.
Vargas sends it near side corner. Leaves it for Cook, up for Rinaldi. Rinaldi coming up out of the zone. Rinaldi off the boards for Miknich. And we're going to get a stoppage here. And he's got, looks like Aiden Cobb is going to go here. If I'm not mistaken, I heard him say 9.
Pretty pure retaliation.
So Cobb's going to get the first penalty of the game. The Academy will go on the power play. 4:44 left to go as Aiden Cobb goes off, I believe, for a rough.
That's Wells, as you probably would expect, been one of the more productive penalty killers on this team from an offensive perspective. Aiden's been able to pick up a decent number of shorthanded goals this year playing the penalty kill.
We are a professional production, but no cough button yet, so my apologies. DeRoche in behind Aiken as the Academy will look to get set up on this power play. Coming up the right wing side, Nick DeSantis. DeSantis moving through center. DeSantis it over the zone line. DeSantis threw everyone in a shot. And Rolfe squeezes that one off. It drops on top of his pad.
Well, DeSantis appears to have had his double espresso well. That was quite a rush.
Great display of speed by Nick DeSantis and a few flashes with the gloves as he dangled in and out of a few Yale forwards and defensemen as Aiden Hotchkiss steps in on the draw. Puck comes back to the point for the Academy. Durasevich there with 1:36 left to go on the power play. Puck will come back to DeRoche. DeRoche with a pass shot in on goal for DeSantis. He tips that, and it's directed to the far side corner now. DeSantis will leave it for Chidek-Air. Chidek-Air back for DeRoche at the point. DeRoche down low for Chidek-Air. Shot in on goal. That patted aside by Rolfe. Chidek-Air in the corner. Chidek-Air back to DeRoche. DeRoche near side for Durasevich. Durasevich down low for DeSantis. DeSantis and Partridge there come together. Korsinski and now Chidek-Air. Chidek-Air sends it back to DeRoche. DeRoche down low for Durasevich. Backdoor for Chidek-Air. Back to DeRoche up high. DeRoche with a shot in. That hits a body out front. Chidek-Air with a shot. That goes wide. Not sure if Ralphie got a piece of that there. And Williams now near side corner. Williams sends it down low for DeSantis. Williams heads to the front of the net, and DeSantis will walk out front. His centering pass for DeRoche under pressure. He wisely chips that down low past Trinecanaire to avoid any possibility of a turnover. And Trinecanaire now battling in the corner with 36 seconds left to go on the power play. Puck comes back to DeRoche up high, down low for DeSantis, now Trinecanaire. Back to DeRoche. DeRoche with a shot. That goes off a stick. It looks like Ralphie turned that aside near side corner. Partridge battling in the corner. Back to the point for Trinecanaire. Tips it back to DeRoche. DeRoche will walk and send it over for Trinecanaire. Trinecanaire down low for DeRoche. DeRoche backdoor for Durasevich. Durasevich fires one high and wide. 13 seconds left on the penalty now as DeRoche will control up high. Total zone time for the Academy here, but only a couple shots on goal to show for it. That pass down low for DeSantis. He takes a shot, and Ralphie turns that aside with the left pad. Behind the goal now, the Academy will control as the penalty expires. Aiden Cobb back out on the ice. Got to look for him on the shorthanded chances. He's always dangerous. Not shorthanded, but coming out of the box. Look for him behind you as he is always dangerous. The Academy will dump it back, get offsides, and they will change up lines here as Yale regroups and looks to come out of the zone. That is Partridge now with a pass up the left wing side for Trout. Trout moving it over the zone line. That's Zezima, 23, not 22. And now Cook. Right wing boards for Stapert. Pass up the middle for Gordon. Goes off his skates. He'll kick it on into the zone and chase. Jack Gordon and Chris Avalone. Another Westchester reunion as those two bang in the corner. And the puck will come back down across for Steele. Steele walking in. Josh Steele with a shot. And that goes off the blocker of Ralphie up and over the net. And in behind the goal is the Academy. Centering pass out front. Coming down is Stapert. Shot in on goal. I'm not sure if that hit a body out front or not. It'll come all the way back for Steele. And Steele will leave it for, can't tell who that is. Austin Cook, it looks like. Colin Anna coming in over the zone line. Leaves for Steele. Steele pressure there, and he will wisely just dump it deep as there are only two Academy forwards in the zone right now. The other is changing at the bench. Back into the zone. Varga will dump it into the right of Rolf, your left. Barrasso waits along the left wing boards. He takes the pass there. He turns and will bang it hard off the boards. Up for Varga. That'll go by Varga. They're going to say that was tipped. I'm not sure I agree, but certainly Varga could have played it, so they will waive the icing. Gavers up the right wing side. Gavers has Rinaldi breaking hard to the net. Gavers with a shot. Ralphie sticks that aside. And Varga will take at center now for the Academy. Sends it far side for Durasevich. Durasevich up the right wing boards. He'll punch it in deep. Miknich will chase there for the Academy as Gavers joins to help out. And we have no difficulty identifying Hayden Riva with the shiny white helmet as Caden Varga goes back in. Chased there by Hibson. And now the Academy, Durasevich will send it back over for Varga. Varga coming up the left wing side. Varga in over the zone line. Varga looking at his options. He pulls up along the half wall and dumps it deeper as Willard will chase for, check that, that Haywood. Is Haywood, 3, not 7. Haywood will chase for Yale. Haywood battling there and players crashing into the net. Net off. We'll get a stoppage in play here. 17.2 seconds left to go in period number 1. No score from the Dwyer Rink at the Hotchkiss School in Lakeville, Connecticut. Game 2 of the round robin of the 2017 New England Regional Ice Hockey Tournament. Say that 100 times fast.
I think you're doing a terrific job.
Oh.
There's a lot of love in this booth.
If only it were a booth, Scotty, we'd be a little warmer. Teams battle just inside the blue line. Final 10, Yale looking for one last shot as Hibson will chase in behind. Cook will send it up there, right wing side, Trinecanaire with 3 seconds left, coming in over the blue line. Trinecanaire walking in, Trinecanaire with a shot that goes high and wide. And that will do it for the first period here from the Dwyer Rink at the Hotchkiss School, and a well-played first period, Scotty. Good pace and action at both ends of the rink.
Yeah, and it a little bit of a change from some of the games we've seen so far this season where we have officials who can get from end to end almost as fast as most of the players. Maybe not Nick DeSantis when he's moving like he was, but I like the way they're calling it as well.
So we'll take a short break here. We'll be back with second period action in just a second. You're watching Selects Academy 15 National Ice Hockey on YouTube. Glad you're with us this morning, everybody. Back here at the Dwyer Rink at the Hotchkiss School. Aiden Hotchkiss set to step in on the draw with Victor Chinekanair for the Academy. Taking a look at the U16 action over at the Berkshire School. The 16s leading Mid-Fairfield by a score of 2-0. 3:31 left to go in the first period in that contest. Off the draw, the Academy will control. Austin Cook near side now, leaves it for Williams. Puck goes off of Williams there and down the right wing side. The Academy will control it center. Gordon's pass for Chinekanair picked off there by Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss will send it deeper for Yale in behind Aiken, and Cook will field for the Academy. Cook sends it up right wing side for Williams. Williams' pass is picked off there by Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss fires that one wide as he gets hit by Cook. And up high now, big hit on Aiden Cobb there by Jack Williams, 2 former teammates. So we'll get a whistle and an offsides here. So 2 former teammates battling together hard out there. And we're going to face off outside the zone as Yale dumped that in offsides. DeSantis out there with Silverstein and Miknich. Check that, that's Colin Anna, 10, not 11. Durasevich now along the near side boards. Durasevich sending it over for DeSantis. DeSantis now for Durasevich. Durasevich sends it left wing side now for Colin Anna. Anna moving it over the zone line. DeSantis calling for it in front. That pass just off the mark. Durasevich near side boards. And Zach Van Dale will flag it down there for Yale. Silverstein battling in the corner. Sends it, puck gets sent over now for Avalone. Avalone up for Van Dale. Van Dale moving through center. Good stick there by Durasevich. Zezima now. Zezima sends it deeper. Now the puck will come back to the point to Avalone. Avalone sends it cross point. Shot there, that flagged up high, but goes wide of goal. And now the Academy will come up and out of the zone. DeSantis with speed through center ice. DeSantis moving it over the zone line. DeSantis near side corner has the puck knocked off his stick, and Yale will look to turn it up ice quickly as Zezima sends it up for Cole Brennan, but the Academy able to control just inside the zone line. And that pass will send Nick DeSantis in on a breakaway. DeSantis with a heck of a move and an even better save by Alex Rolfe there as he stops Nick DeSantis stone cold on the breakaway. So DeSantis getting lost behind the play a little bit there. Lost in the perspective of the Yale D, and a breakaway there for Nick DeSantis. And Nick DeSantis with a head fake and a shoulder dip, and Alex Rolfe with a right pad save to keep this game scoreless. 15:02 left to go second period. And looked to be some confusion there between the officials, but it looks like we have an icing call. Face off back in the Academy end to the left of Aiken. Rinaldi will check that. Gordon will step in on the draw. Yale will win that cleanly. That shot in on Aiken. He will smother and hang on. 14:59 left to go. No score from the Dwyer Rink at the Hotchkiss School.
So what I meant.
Cobb and Gordon facing off. More Westchester Express reunions out there as Caden Varga takes it up the right-hand side, near side. And that's sent up, and that's tipped, but short of the red line. That'll go all the way for icing. And another stoppage here, 14:48. And Scotty, after a first period which featured very few whistles, we've had 3 or 4 in the first 2 minutes here.
All right.
Still a brisk pace of play, but a few more interruptions here on offsides, icings, and breakaway stops. Hibson stepping on the draw for Yale. And the Academy able to win that. Gordon sends that back. Cook up the left wing side now. Cook for Rinaldi. Rinaldi hard off the boards for Gordon. Gordon coming in over the zone line. Jack Gordon will move around Riva. Send it over for Varga. Varga with a shot through a screen. Rolfe will turn that aside easily. And Riva will send it up the left wing side hard. That will go all the way down. We'll get another icing here. So that's how it's going to be in this period.
I guess, yeah, it's a great theme. Nice and slow and choppy and a lot of whistles. It's just keeping me away from a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, Wells, which I'm not sure I like.
You don't bring me coffee. Now you're making me hungry. Always a pleasure to have you,
If
Scotty.
only this dump hellhole of a school had a nice place for us to get a sandwich, you know? I'm sure if we were at Taft today, there'd be all sorts of delicacies on offer.
Left wing side now, Cobb. Sends it back for Haywood. Haywood sends it back to Cobb. Cobb will come in over the zone. And another Westchester reunion, Durasevich and Cobb, as they bang along the left wing boards. Puck will come back to Haywood at the point. Haywood leaves it down low for Cobb. Cobb's shot is blocked. That will go wide. In behind, Barrasso will chase there. And up the left wing side DeRoche will send the puck, and
Gavers
Gavers will come in over the zone line. Gavers bodied off there by Haywood. Gavers and Haywood battling in the corner. Miknich.
Haywood, obviously, as you know, an inmate of the Hotchkiss School, so expressing a little bit of his anger there down in the other corner.
And, of course, Aiden Hotchkiss feeling right at home here at the Hotchkiss School as the Academy comes back with a 2-on-2 centering pass for Williams.
Save.
Rolfe turns that aside as Hotchkiss comes back through center. Leaves it for Cobb. Cobb up for Barrasso. 3 former Westchester Express players as Chidekadere comes up the right-hand side. Chidekadere leaves it for Williams. Williams moving in. Back door. And the net will come off there. Accidentally on purpose there, Scotty.
Very accidentally.
13-11 left to go here, second period. And
stretch the glove, kick the foot. The net seems to be off.
Still no score from the Dwyer rink at the Hotchkiss School. Victor Chidekadere stepping in on the draw for the Academy. C.J. Zezima for Yale. And Chidekadere will win that back. Gordon sends it deeper. Rolfe will steer that aside. Near side corner, Chidekadere. Chidekadere sends it in behind the goal. No score here. 12:58 left to go in the second period. As the Academy controlling the zone. Williams coming off the wall. Williams with a shot. Right pad stopped by Rolfe. And that'll go far side there for Brennan. Brennan battling there with Partridge. Puck comes up the wall now. It comes back to Steele at the point. Steele with a shot. That is blocked, and a foot race is on. Aiken will come out and play that, and he will send it up and out of the zone to Gordon. Gordon, far side for Varga. But now Krasinski, and now Van Dale. Varga, far side for Steele. Gordon. Gordon leaves it there for Chidekadere. Chidekadere coming in over the zone line. Victor Chidekadere moving in. Chidekadere with a shot, and Rolfe looked behind him, but that went in behind the net. And near side corner now, Chidekadere and Gordon battling. Check that, that's Williams. Now Cook walking in. Cook centering it for Gordon.
Van Dale and Williams really going to battle there, Wells.
And I suspect we'll see more of the same throughout the weekend.
It feels like that's the case.
Gordon battling in the corner there. And apparently some fans at their first hockey game in front. And Yale will control. Leaves it for Cook. Cook in the corner. Cook now. Cook chopped down there, and
hard
they're going
not
to call
that
one. That was Paul Bunyan style. Anna now near side as Aiken heads to the bench for the extra attacker. That goes off the glove far side, but the Academy will continue to control. Kept in there by Cook. Cook sends it over for Stapert. Stapert near side for Cook. Cook back door, shot it on goal. And Rolfe will smother and hang on. We'll get a tripping call here, as it looks like C.J. Zezima is going to go for the trip. 11:07 left to go here in period number 2. No score from the Dwyer rink at Hotchkiss School, Lakeville, Connecticut.
Yeah, that was there wasn't a lot of nuance in that call, Wells, I don't think.
Well,
it was pretty obvious.
Took the officials a little while to wake up and warm up, but they seem to be warming to the task a little bit here. As DeSantis, I'm not sure I would have called that maybe behind the net in a game like this, but hey, with some of the other stuff they've let go. But the Academy, I'm sure, will take it. DeRoche down low. Check that. Far side, that is Cook. Cook with a shot. Rolfe has trouble finding that after it bounces off his left pad, but he recovers, and now Cook will send it down low. DeSantis near side. DeSantis will send it back to the point. Near side now for Chidekadere, over for DeRoche, back for Cook. Cook with a shot. That goes off a body in front into the corner for DeSantis. DeSantis will come out of the corner with it. Nick DeSantis walking in front, sends it back to Chidekadere. He will walk, sends it across, and that shot is blocked by Cobb. Shot it on goal, pad stopped by Rolfe. And that'll come back to DeRoche. And it might have gone up off the netting, I believe, off 2 sticks. As I see a little jiggle in the netting there.
You always have your eye out for a little jiggle, Wells.
Always,
that's one
Scotty.
thing that I know
always. 10:20 left to go here. Glad you're with us on Barstool Sports this morning. Oh, that was last night. I'm sorry. This morning we got round 2 of game 2 of the round robin portion of the New England Regional. Charlie DeRoche now at the point. The Academy with 1:09 left to go on the power play here. Chidekadair sends it down low. That is DeSantis. DeSantis walking off the wall, leaves it for Chidekadair. Back to DeRoche with a blistering shot. That goes off a stick high and wide. And Durasevich now will control far side for the Academy. Sends it down low for Williams. Williams with a blind behind the back pass to no one. And coming off the wall is Chidekadair. Chidekadair walking in with 47 seconds left to go on the penalty. Chidekadair with a shot. Ralph will smother and hang on. 9:51 left to go here, second period. 44 seconds on the penalty to Zezima, and no score at the New England Regional.
And this is a much different pace. A lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage, a lot of saves, and goalies holding the puck this period.
Very choppy second period, but again, well played and intense to be sure. Just
that's right.
Not a ton of flow so far.
Agreed.
Cook walking in, back door, tip and a goal! Justin Gordon off the pass back door from Austin Cook. And the Academy with a power play goal takes a 1-0 lead. 9:44 left to go in the second period. Nice play there by Austin Cook.
Well executed on the back door. It's a tough power play to go up against Wells for this Yale squad.
So the Academy finally breaking through on Rolf as he stood tall for the first period and a half of this hockey game. Not much you could do on that one, as that was a naked backdoor pass to Justin Gord, who redirected it home. And the Academy with a power play goal take a 1-0 lead here as Cook off the draw will send it in behind for Varga. Varga up to Rinaldi. Rinaldi chips it further where Stapert waits for it, but big Bobby Barrasso chips it back to Birch Gorman. And now Cook will control near side boards. He's chased down there by Stober. Here's a name we haven't called yet today. And Cook in behind Aiken. Sends it near side for Stapert. Stapert chased down there by Stober. And Varga will retreat now as the Academy having a little trouble coming out of their zone here. And Miknich will chip it up the left wing wall ahead for Bobby Barrasso as he picked off that pass. Cook near side now. Cook bodied hard along the wall. Cook bodied hard along the walls. The Academy will change, and Yale, as Mid-Fairfield has scored, it's 2-1. It's 3-1 now in the second period for the Academy. U16's over at the Berkshire School as we give you an update there. Along the wall, Yale will keep it in, and Barrasso will come off the wall. He's got Riva in the middle, but nice back check there. Shot in on goal, right pad, stop by Aiken, point blank. Do you see who that shooter was there, Scotty?
I think it may have been Hayden Riva. Wells
was focusing on the getting the actual shot so our viewers at home could see and didn't identify the number. And P.J. Fletcher has scored to give the Academy a 3-1 lead over at Berkshire for the Yale U16s. But Riva point blank and Aiken with a sharp right pad stop there. You've seen one or two of those over the last 2 years, haven't you, Scotty?
That's for sure. I don't like him as much this year.
Face off to the right of Aiken as Steele. We'll send it around for Durasevich and Colin Anna. Hey, I still appreciate Big Max Willard hits. Come on, where's the love, buddy? Where's the love? Riva now moving it over the zone line.
I like him in Arizona. That's a great environment for those things.
Behind the goal.
Oh.
As Aiken almost got fooled there on the redirection. Aiken with 3 or 4 stops there. And he looked like he had it covered. And
his yoga pants are in great shape this morning, Wells.
And we're going to get a whistle here as the net is off. Aiken under fire there. And you can see the sense of urgency in Yale. Not plenty of time left, but urgency in this respect that they want to respond to that power play goal by the Academy.
Well, I think, they had a practice this Sunday. Past Sunday was the first of the season.
Come on.
And I think they determined that they wanted to try to win some of these games.
Practice? What are we talking about? Practice?
I play games.
And, of course, Allen Iverson, formerly of the 76ers, in a press conference talking about practice off the draw. Barrasso walking in. Aiken will smother and hang on there as he came out to challenge Barrasso, and Barrasso took the shot. Aiken with the answer. 7:46 again. More whistles. Face off to the right of Aiken. But again, you know what? There's been plenty of action in this game, whether we've had no whistles in the first period or a lot of whistles here in the second.
That's for sure.
Been an excellent hockey game so far as that puck is turned over in front.
Oh, what a save by Tommy.
And Aiken with a blocker save there.
Certainly Aiden Cobb, not the guy that you want to see picking up the puck naked 8 feet from your crease, but well responded to by Tommy.
As we had another reunion there in front between Jack Gordon and Bobby Barrasso. And again, very quickly, these players forget that they used to be teammates, and as they should.
And they'll shake hands at the end and remember all of it.
Absolutely. Back to the top of the circle now as Barrasso's shot is blocked. DeRoche now chips it up the wall, and Gordon will look to come out of the zone. Jack Gordon moving in. Gordon leaves it for DeSantis. DeSantis curls along the wall. He'll send it deeper there off the referee's skates. Good play there now by DeSantis to curl off the wall and gain control. He leaves it for Gordon. That pass up around his waistline, not able to handle that cleanly, but now he turns it deeper. In the quarter, teams battle. That'll come off the wall now, and Hotchkiss will look to feed Avalone, and now Barrasso. Barrasso in ahead of the puck, but had possession, so they waved the offsides there as that goes deeper there for DeRoche. DeRoche chips it up and out of the zone, and now Partridge will chase for Yale. Partridge in behind Rolfe, 6:52 left to go here in the second period. The Academy on top, 1-0 on a power play goal by Justin Gordon as Williams chips it off the wall for Cook. That'll come back to the point to Partridge. Down low for Cobb, and now Barrasso walks.
Oh, Bobby gets it.
Bobby Barrasso scores there to tie it. And Bobby Barrasso with the goal as Cobb and Barrasso hooked up there. 6:38 left to go here in the second period. And we've got a 1-1 hockey game here as Barrasso puts that by former teammate Aiken.
Maybe it was practice. Maybe we can credit practice. But he hasn't gotten the cornrows yet, Wells. I think that's Bobby's next move. To fully Iverson out.
In on the draw, Zezima and Chudekadere there. As Yale sends it up the left wing side. And that's Van Dale. Coming in over the zone line, shot in on goal, and that puck squirts out to the right. As the Academy will come up the right wing side. Williams and Chudekadere. And now Yale, seemingly with energy off the Academy power play goal, and certainly adding to that with the goal of their own by Barrasso. Coming in over the zone line is Yale, but that's offsides. We'll get a whistle here. 6:10 left to go. We got a good one here from the Dwyer Rink at the Hotchkiss School in Lakeville, Connecticut.
Some good energy, Wells.
Glad you're with us this morning on YouTube. Whether you're in Latvia, Alaska, or California. Chudekadere stepping in on the draw against Zezima. Chudekadere wins that back, and the Academy will control. Durasevich up for Williams. Williams moving it over the zone line. Williams walking in. Williams with a pass across. That goes too far for Chudekadere. That'll go in behind the goal now. And Williams sends it back to the point. That'll come to Durasevich. Durasevich walking in. Durasevich will go down low and send it deeper there for Justin Gordon. Gordon in the near side corner. He's bodied off there by Haywood. And Van Dale will give it for Zezima. Zezima will dump it deep as Yale is offsides. And the Academy will come out of the zone. That goes too far for Williams. And they're going to wave off that icing there as they've had had enough of the whistles as well. Gordon sends it back to Durasevich. He'll send it deeper and head to the bench for a change. Far corner now. Williams and Miknich battling there. Williams coming off the wall. Williams sends it back to the point. Shot in on goal. That blockered aside by Rolfe. And up the ice comes Yale, 3-on-2, but they will dump it in there. Aiken will steer that aside in behind the goal, and DeRoche will chase in behind. And back comes Stapert through the middle. Jake Stapert for the Academy, moving it over the blue line. Stapert will dump it into the corner. Little outside in move there. And Stapert battling there with Riva. Stapert, good job to punch it in deeper. Miknich now chips it ahead. Miknich will push it further. He's battling there with Kwasinski. Now Stapert, and now Miknich. Miknich with a sort of a pass shot in front. Rolfe will steer that aside, and DeRoche will pinch down low. Centering pass there for Miknich. That'll come back to Stapert. Stapert chips it there, and that pass for Riva through his skates, and back the other way comes Cook. Cook tripping over the red line there as DeRoche will send it in deeper. Miknich. And now DeRoche along the wall. DeRoche sends it across, but that pass is blocked, and now Miknich has trouble getting that puck through Kwasinski, but he will send it deeper now for Rinaldi in the corner. Rinaldi down low for Stapert. Stapert chips it up the wall to Rinaldi. Rinaldi battling hard there, sends it back to DeRoche. DeRoche with a shot that was going wide of goal, but Rolfe would have none of that and wanted to get it away from the front of the goal. Now 3:56 left to go. We'll get a stoppage here. 1-1 from the second game of the round robin, 2017 New England Regional. Justin Gordon, the goal scorer for the Academy on the power play, got the scoring started. Bobby Barrasso answered for Yale. And that's where we are.
Well, I saw Jack Williams tonight with what looked like potential for an upper body injury, and I suggested he take the morning off, but did not heed my advice, and it's been a real challenge for the Yale guys to handle this morning.
And so off the wall comes Nick DeSantis, and he's met hard there. And Aiden Cobb will come back through the middle with Aiden Hotchkiss. Pair of Aidens coming at you. Shot in on goal. Blocker saved by Aiken. Turned aside. That pass in front. Good play there by Durasevich to body off and clear the puck out of the way. Durasevich now will chase down in the near side corner. Durasevich. Now Hotchkiss on the turnover. Cobb with the stick lift, but Gavers controls. Gavers reverses it in behind the goal. Gavers now left wing side. Yale left wing, Gavers right wing side. And out of the zone will come Tyler Silverstein up ahead for Nick DeSantis. DeSantis with a pass over. DeSantis for Gavers, and Gavers with a backhand that goes wide. Gavers now near side corner. Gavers walking off the wall. Gavers back for Durasevich. Durasevich walks in. That goes off a skate and is directed near side corner by Grillo, rather.
That's the cartridge. You got it.
That is, 8, not 6. You are correct, sir. Avalone now, far corner. Avalone sends it up near side for Cobb. Cobb will dump it in deep. That's flagged down by Durasevich. Chest high, so no high stick. Pass picked off there by Barrasso. He will turn it deeper, and Cook will go back to chase as hard in comes Zezima. Puck comes back now to Grillo. This time we got that right. Grillo at the point, chips it in deep. Zezima pushes it further. Durasevich now in the corner. Durasevich hard off the glass. And that is going to go all the way. No icing as they're going to have that puck not reach the goal line. 2:15 left to go here. Game tied 1-1 between Yale and Selects Academy U15s. Right wing side now comes Yale down the ice. And it looks like the Academy with a potential 3-on-2, but now getting back is Zezima coming over his own line. 4-on-3. Austin Cook with the puck. Cook down low. Centering pass. And that goes off the left pad of Rolf. Near side now. The Academy will control. That'll come back to Cook at the point. Minute 50 left to go here in the second period. In a tie game, Cook left-hand side for DeRoche, shot in on goal. That turned aside by Rolf. DeRoche will recover. He'll walk out, shoots through a screen, and puck loose in front, and Rolf will cover up and hang on. And good thing that shot by DeRoche didn't get through, because there was a massive humanity in front of Alex Rolf there.
Well, the composure of both of these goaltenders this morning has been pretty remarkable. Much higher paced game than we've seen between these two teams during the course of this year.
Agreed, as we get a face-off to the right of Alex Rolf. 1:36 left to go here. And Chedek facing off against Aiden Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss will win that one. And he will leave it for Gorman. Gorman, left wing side for Cobb. Cobb sends it further for Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss will dump it in deep with 1:25 left to go here. In behind the goal. Pass for Williams. Williams has that puck knocked off his stick by Cobb. Williams sends it up off the skate of Barrasso. That'll roll in on Aiken. He will cover up and hang on. 1:15 left to go, and a face-off coming to the right of netminder Tommy Aiken.
So where's this team next weekend, Wells?
Next weekend, this team is off. Thanksgiving break.
Okay.
They'll be off for the next 2 weeks, and then they will resume play against the two-game set in Sauk in New Jersey with the virtual U15s. Off the draw, Cobb sends it back to the point. That's shot in. I'm not sure if that got in on goal. Deflected wide, hit a stick out front. Might have gotten a stick on it, was Aiken, but either that or it went just wide. Along the wall, Jack Gorton sends it deeper for the Academy. Gorman chases there for Yale. Sends it near side. And a hard hit there on the corner on Haywood as this Colin Anna upended him. 42 seconds, check that, 47 seconds left to go in the period. And now Jack Gorton through center. Gorton will dump it in deep, and Yale will turn and chase. Gorman, he's bodied hard there by Gorton. Puck will come back to the point to Steele. Steele walking in, slap shot. That goes off a stick and gets blocked high in the slot. Puck will come back to Durasevich. He'll turn that back in the zone. 27 seconds left to go in the period, as Yale will look for one last opportunity coming out of the zone here. Left wing side comes Cobb down the left wing side. Cobb in over the zone line. That'll go in offsides as Barrasso was in ahead of the play. 18.5 seconds left to go in a 1-1 hockey game here. And over at Berkshire, on a goal by Ethan Phillips, the U16s lead 5-2 in that game now. In that game, 7 minutes left to go in the second period. We're going to face off with 18 seconds left in the second period here, just outside the Academy zone, as Hibson steps in on the draw against DeSantis. Hey, DeSantis wins that. Up for Rinaldi. Rinaldi has his pocket picked by Hibson, but Yale was offsides. And the Academy will come into the offensive zone. That's Cook with 20 seconds left. That puck will get turned back down for the final 5. And it looks like that's where we'll leave it here. The Academy and Yale will head to the locker room for the ice cut. Tied at 1 through 2 periods of play. So we will take a break here from the Hotchkiss School. Justin Gordon is your goal scorer for the Academy. Bobby Barrasso, your goal scorer for Yale. These two teams knotted up at 1 through 2 periods from the Dwyer Rink at the Hotchkiss School in Lakeville, Connecticut. Back with third period action from the 2017 New England Regional in about 12 to 15 minutes. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Glad you're with us on YouTube this morning. Back here at the Dwyer Rink at the Hotchkiss School, Lakeville, Connecticut. Second game, 2017 New England Regional. The Academy and Yale 15s knotted up at 1 through 2 periods. And checking in on the U16 action over at the Berkshire School, Mid-Fairfield got a couple of goals. The Academy took a 5-1 lead. Mid-Fairfield cut it to 5-3. And the Academy answered with a late goal. I believe P.J. Fletcher scored it to take a 6-3 lead. And they're in the second intermission over at the Berkshire School. All 3 regional final games will be played at the Berkshire School on Sunday. The U16s, I believe, started off at 10 a.m. in the Olympic rink over there. Then the U15s will play at 11 a.m. on the NHL rink. And I believe the U18s will cap off the day at either noon or 1 o'clock on the Olympic rink over at the Berkshire School on Sunday. A lot of hockey left to be played before then. Mid-Fairfield with Yale with a tough day today. 2 tough opponents. The Academy this morning, bright and early, 7 a.m. And then they're going to have a long layoff till the 7:30 start tonight, where the Academy will be taking on the New Hampshire Avalanche right here on this rink. But Yale facing another in-state rival in Mid-Fairfield. And although Yale has played a lot of their games all season with a mishmash of a roster, and they finally have all their horses together. They have played 2 tight games with Mid-Fairfield. Both went to shootouts.
Yep.
And you know Mid-Fairfield, after losing 8-0 last night, is going to bring it tonight. So long day of hockey left ahead of us as we get set to go here in the third period. Got a good one here from Lakeville, Connecticut, as DeSantis wins that cleanly back to Varga. Varga sends it near side for DeRoche. DeRoche will come up out of the zone. Puck turned over there, but they'll dump back in offsides. Yale will clear, and Varga will go back for the Academy. Sends it up the left wing wall for Gavers. Gavers further, but Avalone keeps it in there. Chris Avalone sends it deeper, and Varga, with Yale possessing in behind the net. The puck will come back, and Aiken will steer that aside up into the netting. We'll get a stoppage here, and that steer up into the netting may have been intentional by Aiken, as the Academy off to kind of a lackluster start coming out of the zone there. And 16:31 left to go here. They're going to try to reset with a face-off to the right of Aiken.
Well, as I'm hearing, there are now 3 players on the New Hampshire bench as opposed to the 4 that Yale faced last night. So,
shot in on goal. Puck is loose in front. Aiken with a pad stop there. As that puck squirted out high in the slot, but the Academy recovers, and they will turn it over again coming out of the zone line. Barrasso now, right wing side. Barrasso with a shot that deflected wide of goal as Aiden Cobb looked to tip it in front. That'll come back to Avalone at the point as Yale with good pressure here to start the period. And Aiken will, that goes up into the netting, I guess. So they're going to take that outside.
4 or 5 guys on the bench is fine when I'm playing men's hockey at Beaver Dam Winter Sports Club on Long Island, but doesn't work so well in midget hockey, I don't think.
Tell you, the great thing about men's hockey, Scotty, is I was at Westchester one night, and they have the outdoor rink there.
Yeah.
So, obviously indoors, no smoking allowed, right? But I come off of Westchester practice. I'm waiting for Tommy to come out of the dressing room, and 2 guys have come off the ice and are smoking rinkside.
Not sure what they were smoking wells, of course, up in Westchester.
Coming in over the zone line, shot that's blocked out high. Brennan's shot is turned aside to the near side half wall. I said Westchester, Scotty, not Jamaica.
Well, at Beaver Dam, we don't encourage smoking on the bench. But yeah. I have seen a Budweiser or 2.
Colin Anna in behind the goal now. Anna.
Letting them really play well.
Yep.
A couple interferences and a trip in there for the group.
DeRoche now, his pass too far. And the Academy not connecting on much so far early in this third period. Coming in over the zone line is Zezima. His shot goes high and wide of Aiken. And again, another turnover just inside the blue line. The Academy is going to want to clean that up as this third period progresses here. Justin Gordon moving it over the zone line. Centering pass, and Durasevich chips that wide. Nearly runs into Rolfe, but puts on the brakes just in time. And back the other way comes Haywood, gives it up for Trout. Trout moving over the zone line. Kept in there nicely by Stober. Battling in the corner now as Stober looks on. Cherneckenair, 2 9s battling, Cobb and Cherneckenair. And pass up the middle for Cherneckenair. Cherneckenair coming in over the zone line. Referee calls that good. My partner, Mr. Willard, disagrees.
Saw a little white space, but, let him play.
Hard hit along the boards there as Williams knocks down Haywood, and Haywood will turn and send it behind Rolfe. Gorman now near side for Trout. Trout sends it further ahead, but now Varga will turn it back for the Academy. Williams stood up there at the blue line as that puck will come back into the left of Aiken, and Varga will regroup with 14:11 left to go here in the hockey game. There will be no overtime or shootouts in the round robin. In the event of a tie, the game will end in a tie.
Nice
shot
hands
across
by Jack Maratolo, Wells. Great taking advantage of that.
Nice pass there to
loose puck.
Saved by Aiken. And 14:03 left to go, third period.
And as we talked about, I think in third periods yesterday, these teams combined for 11 goals. So, but not a whole lot put together so far today that looks like we may see the same thing.
Shot it on goal, pad stop by Aiken. That turned aside now. Back the other way comes the Academy. They will dump it deep, and chase there is Stapert. Check that, Gordon moves down the right wing side. No, that's Silverstein. Not 22, not 29, but 26. Back the other way comes Riva. Riva dances around one defender, but the puck rolls off his stick and goes on into the corner. Two teams will battle there. It'll come around for Durasevich. Durasevich looking for Silverstein up the right wing side. He gives it to him. Silverstein across center into the zone. He'll shoot it on goal, and Rolfe will block that one in front of him and will cover up and hang on. 13:24 left to go, third period, and Yale and the Academy knotted up at 1. And again, this has been a very well played hockey game. Certainly evenly played, and chances at both ends, and on the whole, pretty more exciting, and definitely not as one-sided territorially as the last two games. Coming back into the zone, the Academy sends it down low for Gordon. Gordon in the corner, sends it up high. Back to the point, that's Cook. Cook has his dump in blocked, and the foot race is on as Cook and Cobb race down into the corner. Cobb battling there with Cook. Barrasso now comes in to help out, but he's not able to control. And DeSantis again showing nice, smooth moves as Gavers comes in over the zone line. Gavers with a shot, and Rolfe will smother that and hang on. We'll get another stoppage here. End-to-end action, 12:58 left to go, third period. And as I said before, in the round robin, a tie will end in a tie. There will be no overtime or shootouts. That is reserved solely for the championship game on Sunday. And we're going to get a penalty here, as it looks like Jack Gordon is going to go off. And
Murder and rudeness. It must have been rudeness.
But I'm
not sure what
I'm
that
wondering
was.
if that's a misconduct. Oh, no, now the penalty goes up on the board, because I didn't see a penalty going up.
And I didn't see what the ref was signaling.
And the face-off should not be in the zone. Face-off should be outside the zone with the penalty on the Academy. So I'm not sure why the face-off's in the zone. That's completely the wrong call there, but Yale will win the draw anyway and come out, so no harm, no foul.
First power play for the Yale team, it looks like today, Wells. Is that right?
That is correct, Scotty. 2 for the Academy, I believe. 1 power play goal as DeRoche will chase in the corner. DeRoche pressure there, but good composure by DeRoche to send it up and out of the zone.
So the real Cam Grillo, the Cartridge, Barrasso, Hotchkiss, and Cobb for the blue team.
As Yale will look to set up here. Grillo, left wing boards over for Cartridge. Partridge coming up the right wing side. Partridge with a nice move to get around Varga. But then he's finally stood up. It'll come back to Barrasso at the point. Barrasso turns it over for Grillo. Grillo back to Partridge, who's reassumed his point position down low. Puck sent up for Cobb, down low for Barrasso. Barrasso for Cobb. Cobb walking in, looking to go backdoor for Grillo, sneaking down from the point. And Will Rinaldi streaking up the right wing side with DeSantis. 2-on-2, shot it on goal by Rinaldi. That's blocker to side out high. And Barrasso will come back the other way with Hotchkiss and Cobb. Hotchkiss moving in over the zone line. Hotchkiss near side corner. Hotchkiss in around Varga. Looks to center. Now he does. Shot that gets blocked out high. Another shot in on goal.
There it is. 2 for Bobby.
And a rebound and a goal. And the net was off, and Aiken arguing vehemently there, and that net was off. But Yale takes a 2-1 lead here with a power play goal. 11:42 left to go.
Certainly a different looking power play, Wells, than the South Kent power play with 3 guys in front. It looked like messing around and jumping on the goaltender.
And although the net being off had nothing to do with the goals, it went in far side. rule in USA Hockey is the rule. Net comes off, the whistle should be blown, and it was not there. So Aiken not too happy about that, but good goal
which
for
Aiken
Yale.
are we talking about?
Both. Anna coming in. That shot goes wide of Rolf. So power play goal for Yale, power play goal for the Academy.
A lot of zip in the South Kent step
and
right
South
now.
Kent will look to answer here,
Yes,
trailing
for
in
sure.
this game. First time they've trailed Yale all season.
And they're moving with a little jump here.
And now we'll get a net off at this end, unbelievably. So they miss it at one end and call it at the other. 11:19 left to go here. And they still have 1-1 on the board, but it is 2-1 now. They get it up on the scoreboard.
And Wells, we got to enjoy on this sheet last night some of our bonus buzzers, like we saw at Wesleyan. Jeez, you got me on Wellesley now. That we saw at,
off the draw, the Academy wins that face-off there. And now Williams and Chinekanair in the corner. Chinekanair up the left wing side. Williams turns it over there. Williams leaves it for Cook. Cook's pass goes off a body, and Chinekanair will come up the right wing side. Chinekanair over the zone line, leaves for Gordon. Gordon down for Chinekanair. Sharp angle shot, another shot, and off a body. And Gorman will look to come out of the zone, but Chinekanair, nice job to keep it in there. Chinekanair walking in down low. Puck goes up high. And Yale
too far for
sends
goal.
it up for a backhand behind the back pass intended for Zezima, but he had pulled up. And Van Dale now in the corner. As Chinekanair has the puck roll behind him, it comes to the point, and Grillo will send it deeper. Near side corner now. Steele battling there for Yale. Yale on top 2-1. And who got that goal for Yale, Scotty?
It was Bobby. It was
Barrasso.
the big man.
So Barrasso with 2 goals here.
A lot of activity and
Too many men on the
mass
ice
out
for
front.
Yale, but no call there. And so the officials, who had a pretty good first 2 periods, a little bit missing a few things here in the third period, as the Academy will control DeRoche. DeRoche with a shot that goes wide of the goal. That comes far side for DeSantis. DeSantis.
He does not seem to have slowed down during the course of the third period, Wells.
DeSantis never slows down. That motor is always
That
going.
is
But back
running.
the other way comes Yale. Yale moving it over the zone line, cutting to the middle. Aiken with a pad stop there, and that goes into the slot. And Anna, and now DeSantis. DeSantis feeds it up for Gavers. Gavers up the right wing side. Gavers with some speed has Anna with him. He's sandwiched there at the top of the circle. And that puck will come near side now, and Avalone tries to get there, but is beaten to the puck by his counterpart Varga. And in the corner, Anna will control for the Academy. Anna sends it back to the point. It'll get turned in deeper by the Academy. It'll come near side now, where Trout will chase. And now Avalone will go back in behind Rolf as Varga sends it deeper. Kwasinski now for Yale, coming up the near side. Right wing side, Steele will send it up for Stapert. Stapert can't handle the puck there. And now Varga leaves it for Stapert. Comes off the wall for Steele. Steele coming with a head of steam through center, 3-on-2 for the Academy. Steele moving it over the zone line. Steele with a centering pass that goes through everybody, and nobody back for the Academy. As good thing Varga stepped up there and got to the puck. If he had been beat, that might have been a 3-on-0, as nobody had covered for Steele. And there's a hand pass there, and the Academy will touch up. Smart play there by Stapert to avoid the odd man rush there, as that pass was gloved in the neutral zone and touched by Stapert on the way out of the zone. 2-1, 8:24 left to go here in the third period. Yale on top, 2 goals by Barrasso. Justin Gordon with the lone goal for the Academy. Face-off just outside the Yale defensive zone in front of the Yale bench. Chinekanair not able to win that draw against Hotchkiss, as that'll come back to Durasevich. Durasevich will send it in deep, and Haywood will chase there for Yale. Haywood pressured in the corner. Turned over there, Chinekanair with the puck. Chinekanair sends it back to the point. Cook with a shot. That goes off a stick and goes far side corner. Williams. And that's sent all the way down. They're going to call icing here. 7:56 left to go in the third period. 2-1 game as Steve Novador calls his troops over to the bench for a quick word. And the faceoff will be to the right of Alex Rolfe. Chinekanair, Williams, and Gordon out there. Durasevich and Cook at the points. Williams. Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss now left wing side. And now Hotchkiss gives and gets it back. Tries to put it through the legs of Cook. Cook stands him up there in the corner. And now back through center comes Chinekadere. 3-on-2 for the Academy if they hurry. Pass back for Williams. Williams with a shot that goes off a skate out front and goes in behind Rolfe. Gordon there. Gordon with the puck. Gordon back for Cook. Cook with a shot. Blistering shot goes wide of goal off the glass. Durasevich sends it deeper for Williams. Williams hauled down there in the corner. Puck will come out to Durasevich. He sends it in. Gordon tips it wide of goal. Williams will chase there along with Gordon. Gordon gets there first, but now Haywood will control for Yale. Haywood coming out of the zone. He sends it up right wing side for Barrasso. Barrasso shouldered hard.
By his old Fred Frankie. And did they miss that? They certainly did. Bobby got away with...
back the other way comes Chinekadere. Chinekadere with a shot. That goes wide. Second hit behind the play. Shot it on goal. Rolfe fights that one and gloves it and hangs on.
Yeah, that Bobby got away with a little something there.
8:46 left to go in a 2-1 hockey game here.
And I'm expecting, Wells, they're going to put those things in their pocket and we'll see some good hockey for the next 6 minutes and 46 seconds.
I'm glad you said that, Scotty. Back to the point. Comes to Anna. Last time I said that, the Academy was promptly put in the box. I forget which game that was, but I made that comment. I said, the refs have finally settled down and put their whistles away, and within seconds, there was a call on the Academy.
And I'm sure it was relatively ticky and probably a little bit tacky.
A little bit ticky and a little bit tacky.
Here's the Swan.
Turned over there, Zezima. Wrap around, Aiken with a stop.
That's
the net
off.
is off. Hey, the net is off. Yeah, you got that one.
Tommy gave it an extra kick to make sure it was off enough, I think.
Accidentally on purpose is the phrase of the day. Although, again, if you're making a goaltending move at either end, they're not going to call that. They really need the Marsh pegs, but that they use. Yeah. But unfortunately, that with a lot of the maintenance guys in most youth hockey rinks, that's a lot of extra work trying to keep those holes free of ice and debris.
Yeah, trying to turn the ice as quickly as they need to. It's
up the right wing side, Gavers will chip it up but not out of the zone as Kwasinski keeps there, but now Gavers perseveres and punches it further. Riva battling there. Varga now controls for the Academy, sends near side. Steele sends it up the left wing boards for Anna. He will chip it.
Strange icing call.
How is that icing? He tipped it right here at the, did he miss the puck completely? Looked like he chipped it into the zone. For right.
I thought it was right on top of that mythical Bearcat claw.
Absolutely. They must have said he missed that there. I thought he turned, wheeled, and spun it down the ice. Is that 5:52? 5:52 left to go.
5:52 left to go.
Yale with a 2-1 lead. The Academy going to have to mount something here. They will suffer their first defeat to the Yale Bulldogs this season as Stapert has the puck go too far. That puck is tipped in on Aiken. He steers it aside. And Varga leaves for Durasevich. Durasevich up for Stapert. And Stapert chips it ahead for Micknick. Micknick skating down the right wing side. He tries to outrace Haywood, but Haywood wins that battle, gets the puck, and turns it back up the left wing side. Pass up for Hotchkiss, too far, but it will come to Barrasso now. Barrasso moving it over the zone line. Barrasso down low. Barrasso in behind the goal. Barrasso off the boards, centers a pass. And that comes all the way down for Avalone. Avalone sends it across for Barrasso. Barrasso's pass is picked off there by Stapert. And Stapert looking to avoid the hit. Loses the puck. And now Silverstein dumps it in deep. Avalone in behind the goal. Avalone coming up over the zone line.
That's nice.
Sends it all the way down, and we'll get an icing call here. 4:42 left to go in this hockey game. Yale on top 2-1. Barrasso with 2 goals.
And, you know, it's just fun to say Big Bobby Barrasso, Wells, but looking at Aiden Hotchkiss centering that line, that's another big force in the middle.
No, Scott, you know what? It really isn't. I'm just kidding.
Try it.
Little Bobby Barrasso, who has been big today. 2 goals on the game for Barrasso, a goal for Justin Gordon, and that's where we stand 2-1, a little over 5 minutes to go here. Williams with a shot. He pulls up, and Rolfe blockers that aside. Sharp angle shot as Avalone in behind the goal. Puck bounces out front. Rolf steers that back to the corner. Chinek in air now. And the Yale Bulldogs, Partridge. Williams turns that over there and chips it back further. Puck comes near side now as Cook will step up, and Cook trying to chip it ahead goes to Williams. Williams coming in off the wall. Williams walking to the middle, down low. Williams gives it to Gordon, back for Williams. Shot, that's blocked. Rebound out front. Williams sends it back to Cook. Cook walking in. Cook with a shot, he scores! Austin Cook with the goal, and he will tie it up for the Academy. 4:02 left to go. Good work there by Williams and Cook as the Academy gets equalizer, and Cook goes top shelf over the blocker of, check that, over the glove of Alex Rolf, who has stood tall in this game, but the Academy able to get the equalizer there. 4:02 left to play. And again, great hockey game. Scotty, chances back and forth.
Yeah, I think Jack should have probably taken this period off, because that was a goal that was certainly architected by his great effort down low.
Yeah, we saw Jack Williams walk off barefooted at the end of the second period, a little skate sharpening issue, and Mr. Willard kindly suggested that Jack might want to take the rest of the game off. Glad he didn't. Back through the middle comes the Academy. Nick DeSantis moving in. DeSantis with a shot. That goes to the near side corner. And Colin Anna, Nick DeSantis. DeSantis slashed a little bit in behind goal. No call there, obviously. Grillo sends it up left wing side for Riva. Riva now ahead for Hipson. Hipson moving over the zone line. Good passing play there. Shot.
Goes in.
No, that puck is loose.
Sorry, I called that early.
And now Yale scores.
There's going to be a debate in the Senate on this one, Wells, that's for sure. 5 men down on the ground, obviously quite distraught about the call at that end. But
Nets off again, bodies everywhere.
Tie game, and these boys are going at each other.
So 3:10 left to go. After Austin Cook ties it, Yale comes right back and answers. And
Wells, I've even gotten a thumbs up from an 11-year-old hockey sister who a lot of times is sort of grunting in the rink, and she's impressed with this hockey.
Get a goal score there, Scotty?
Georgie Willard has been really, really happy. I think that was the real Cam Grillo. If I'm
Cam Grillo coming down from the point with the massive bodies down everywhere in front of the net.
And I thought that I saw it bounce over Tommy's left pad, but obviously you had a better beat on it, and it came back out, and I think Cam's...
I believe that might have hit the post. But yeah, it was loose, and then it got knocked out front. Williams now in the corner.
And this is not going to be a slow couple minutes, Wells. These guys are going to go.
Yep. And Williams turns it over there. And Barrasso coming back the other way with Cook.
Oh, Bobby got his 3.
And Barrasso gets the hat trick.
And
Wells, Yale,
you know,
takes a 4-2 lead.
I'm happy to see some of this scoring for these boys. I'm happy to see some things come together. But we're in the round robin, and a lot of celebrating today is potentially premature. But if these teams happen to play each other tomorrow, I think we'll see a hell of a game.
I think so too.
I think we'll see a hell of a game.
And
we've got a lot of time left for this skilled South Kent team.
2:48 left to go. Barrasso completes the hat trick there off the rush, and the Academy trailing by 2 goals here, finding themselves in an unfamiliar position. That puck is tipped at the red line on deep into the zone. So Barrasso with 3, Grillo with 1, Cook and Gordon your goal scorers for the Academy. And they will look to answer here to at least set a tone for the championship game and hopefully get within 1 to pull for the extra attacker late in the game.
Yeah, those are tiger sharks on that South Kent line going after Avalon right there.
DeSantis coming back through the middle. DeSantis moving in over the zone line. His shot goes off of Rolf's shoulder up into the netting. We're going to stoppage and play here.
The
30 seconds will come to his left.
Was a whole lot of danger for the Yale squad there.
2:15 left to go. Yale on top 4-2 here.
And Rolf hasn't had to have his 50, but he's had plenty. And so has Tommy. It's been just a lot more back and forth.
Trudek and Air stepping in on the draw against Hipson. Trudek and Air.
6 skaters on for the South Kent team.
And South Kent pulling the goalie early there. As that puck is sent up to through center ice. And the Academy will control. Durasevich. And if nothing else, and we talked about this with Yale earlier in the season, Scotty, South Kent, not much opportunity to play with the extra attacker.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you if you've ever seen this situation, because
the Academy's pulled the goalie only one other time this season, where they were trying the Cape Cod Whalers in the semifinals of the Beantown Classic. Cape Cod Whalers U16 1-0, and they pulled their goalie there and gave up an empty net goal. But that is the lone occasion that there was one other Academy loss. They're 24-2-1 on the season, but the other game they were losing to the Ponce Valley River Rats 5-2 late in the game, so did not. 5 or 6-2, so did not pull the goalie in that one. But this is just the second time the Academy.
Territory for
so
sure.
they're going to get some practice, if nothing else, for Sunday, if both teams advance. And always good to be practicing the extra attacker, although not necessarily in this situation.
Rather do it in the round robin, my friend.
Yes, sir. Jack Williams coming back through the middle. Williams moving over the zone line. Williams chips it ahead. Williams sends it near side for Durasevich. Yale able to clear it out there, and they will ice it all the way down. We're going to stoppage here. 1:17 left to go, and Yale on top by a score of 4-2. So again, the Academy playing the New Hampshire Avalanche tonight, and Yale playing the Mid-Fairfield Junior Rangers.
Curious to see how the South Kent coach goes after that game planning for tonight, Wells, with the opponent being so shorthanded.
Well, both teams controlling their own destiny. The Academy, of course, shot it on goal. Pad stop by Rolfe. That puck is loose. The Academy controlling in behind the goal. Out in front for DeRoche. That shot is blocked. And that puck will get sent all the way down for another icing, as that's wide of goal. 1:02 left to go here in the hockey game. As I was saying, both teams controlling their own destiny. The Academy, even if Mid-Fairfield, if Mid-Fairfield were to win tonight, you'd have a 3-way tie at 2-1. Assuming this final holds here at 4-2, you'd have a 3-way tie at 2-1. So then it would come down to goal differential.
Heads.
Mid-Fairfield facing an uphill battle with that, of course, with the 8-0 loss last night. Although probably putting up a few goals on New Hampshire this morning. Last check on that game, I believe it was 4-0 in the second period. A game that got started 20 minutes late due to the late arrival of some officials. Off the wall, DeSantis walking in front. DeRoche, and the Academy scores! So it's not over yet. DeRoche off the feed from DeSantis gets it within 54.2 seconds left to go, and the Academy, with a goal of the extra attacker, will get it to within 1 at 4-3 here.
Well, the practice paid off, Well. The second chance at doing it.
At least now they know they can do it.
Yeah.
So a good hockey game here continues to impress with 54 seconds left. And still plenty of time here.
Absolutely.
If the Academy
wants
to walk out of here with a tie. And Tommy will be back in net at least for the time being. And surprised they didn't have him at the top of the circles there, as there's a big hit behind the goal. Pass out in front. Oh, and DeRoche pitching in from the point, just pitched that wide. Williams walking off the wall, and that goes wide of Rolfe. In behind in the corner for Cook now. Cook, pressured there. Chudek and Air battling.
Haywood eating the
28 seconds left to go. Chudek and Air sends it back to the point. Pass across for DeRoche, your goal scorer. DeRoche's shot is blocked. DeRoche with a pass down front. Trip up in front as the Academy will control on the near side wall with 15 to go. DeRoche now walking off the wall. DeRoche walking in, shot that high in the slot. Puck is loose, bounces over Durasevich's shot. 7 seconds left to go, and that will get sent all the way down. And Yale will have to wait 3.4 seconds and outlast the Academy here. Still plenty of time left.
I thought that little slow lob was going to get it.
I saw a Los Angeles Kings game, extra attacker, face-off in the zone. I believe 0.8 seconds left. Perfect play off the draw. Wanted overshot and a goal, and they tied it up with less than a second left to go. So anything can happen here. 3.4 is an eternity compared to that. And Chudek Air will step in on the draw, and he will have to win it for the Academy to have any chance. And Chudek Air chips it ahead, and Rolfe will cover up. And as I said, we're going to get 2 face-offs inside of 3.4 seconds left. So 1 second left, and the Academy will have to likely win this one completely cleanly with a wicked wrister to have any chance of tying it here. Chudek Air stepping in on the draw. Williams in the shooter hole. Chudek Air wins it back to Williams. Shot! And that is blocked to the corner, and Yale mobs goaltender Alex Rolfe as they get the 4-3 win, powered by 3 goals by Big Bobby Barrasso.
Hey, Bobby Barrasso.
Hey now. And a character win there for Yale. And they capitalized on their opportunities, and certainly an evenly played game.
Absolutely. Great goaltending on both sides, and some late season looking hockey wells with a lot of mess in front of Tommy on both those last 2 goals, but obviously setting up if both these teams can do what they would like to do this evening for a really terrific day tomorrow.
Yeah, so both teams will need to take care of business, but of course the Academy, if they win tonight and Yale wins tonight, these 2 teams would both advance to tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I think a little more interesting betting on the Mid-Fairfield Yale game tonight, Wells, given the result last night between South Kent and Mid-Fairfield.
Yeah, but I think that was an anomaly from Yale's perspective. I checked that from Mid-Fairfield's perspective. Again, those games happen, and I don't expect against an in-state rival they'll go down without scratching and clawing. I mean, their season, after all, is on the line tonight. If they lose, they're done for the year. And that will do it from the Dwyer Rink at the Hotchkiss School in Lakeville, Connecticut, where Yale got 3 goals from Bobby Barrasso and
we think one from the real Cam Grillo.
From the real Cam Grillo. The Academy getting goals from DeRoche, Gordon, and Cook. And the Academy suffering their 3rd defeat of the season as they dropped to 24-3-1. So that will do it for us. Glad you were with us here on YouTube this morning. Hope you'll tune in tonight at 7:30 when the Academy takes on the New Hampshire Avalanche. We'll be right back here at the Dwyer Rink at the Hotchkiss School. So your final score for the final time from the Hotchkiss School, the 2017 New England Regionals, is the Yale Bulldogs 15s 4 and the SASKS Academy 15 Nationals 3. Have a good afternoon, everybody, and rest of your morning. We'll see you tonight.